wouldn't know anything. So
I'll give you 4 minutes.
most probably you will leave more confused. If I speak
Okay,
for
5
maybe-
minutes for politics.
Thank you. So basically, SIR, the preliminary work had started in August. New BLOs were appointed and things like that. Then the Assam government made a strange request in August to the ECI. The Assam government said that the ECI should actually use the NRC data for the SIR. So immediately there was opposition from the political parties. Among the national parties, CPM, CPI, Congress, all opposed, and all the opposition regional parties also opposed, and civil society groups opposed. But the ground of opposition is something very different, which you probably won't understand in 3 minutes. The ground of opposition was, including CPI, CPM, Congress, and all the regional parties, and all progressive, democratic, left civil society, that you cannot have something like SIR in Assam until and unless the NRC is finalized. This might sound controversial, but that's the reality of Assam. NRC has a very different history. I don't want to go into that debate right now. Usha Ramanathan spoke about it. I would like to disagree with her. But still, we have talked a lot about institutions and how institutions have eroded. But in the Northeast for last 70-80 years, we have been living in a state of emergency. Our governors have always been Indian Army retired generals, and since 2014 they have been Shastris. That's the reality. And the thing is, actually that's why we don't get really scared that something like SIR is coming. I mean, bigger storms have come and passed. Frankly speaking. Then why this NRC thing? Why did Congress, CPM, everybody say that only after finalizing the NRC you can go for SIR? That is because in 2019, when the final draft of NRC was published, in Assam there was only one organization and one political party that opposed NRC. The political party was BJP and the organization was RSS. The misconception is that the Assam NRC was started by BJP. No, it started in 2009. It was mandated to happen in 86 itself. And it is not introduction of NRC, it is updation of NRC, and there was lots of problem with it. No denying that, lots of problems with that. But what happened in last 40 days in Assam has been very interesting. I don't know if it has been covered enough in national media. Singer died, Jubin Garg, that was covered in a massive way. But what unfolded after that has not been covered. Millions of people are on the street every night in Assam for last 40 days. Millions of people. And it is not the death of one singer. The death of one singer has converged and become a symbol of resistance against the government. All these millions of people who are coming out on the street, the government, I have never seen Himanta Biswa Sharma being so defensive. The way he says something in the morning, he forgets in the evening and says exactly the opposite. This baffled. Yesterday, he had to convince the small faction of Ulfa that is still in the jungles of Myanmar. The commander-in-chief had to come to TV and say, why are people of Assam getting so emotional about a singer? So that is the level of frustration that the government is suffering, and it has happened in last 40 days. Because this morning, the online campaign, Justice for Jubin Garg, crossed 3.3 million. Now, if you go and ask all these people who are gathering every night across Assam with candlelights and fires and all, if you go and ask everyone, what do you mean by Justice for Jubin? For somebody, Justice for Jubin is inflation. People are actually saying it, and suddenly a new democratic space has opened. People were subdued, people were not talking. Now they are openly talking. If you go to the cremation ground in the evening, it's so interesting. As the night progresses, number of people increases. Last night there were around 40,000 people because the government slapped a SOP saying nobody can go to the cremation ground after 10 p.m. Because the cremation ground has actually become a ground of democracy where people gather at night and everyone gives speech. And there is no centralized podium or anything. There are 1,000 people here, somebody is giving a speech, 2,000 people there, somebody is giving a speech. So the thing is, people have actually really come out and the government is on the back foot. And let me update you, on this 21st and 22nd, something very interesting happened. There was this ECI 2-day conference with all the state CEOs that happened on 21st, 22nd. The Assam CEO requested the ECI that SRI should not happen in Assam right now. You know what he said? He said we have to finalize the NRC first. But BJP was the one who rejected the NRC. So why is this happening? It's happening because in last 40 days, millions of people are out on the street. Justice for Jubin Garg has become a slogan, but behind that slogan, there are many slogans. So we are really hopeful. The elections are really near. SIR is most unlikely to happen right now in Assam because of this situation, and this last 40 days situation is going to continue. 18th of November is Jubin Garg's birthday, so it will continue till then. 19th of December, they have to file a charge sheet. That's another anxiety of the government, because the person who is accused is from a very powerful family. The family was very powerful when Congress was in government. Give me just one more minute. The family was powerful during the Congress time also, and they are powerful now also. They are 5 brothers. One brother was the DGP until 2 years ago. He retired. Now he is the Central Information Commissioner. One brother was the advisor to the CM. Last year he became the Vice Chancellor of Guwahati University. The other 3 brothers are also placed in important places. And this person, we call, his name is Shyamkanu Mohanto. We call him Festival Mohanto. Because on behalf of Ministry of External Affairs and Assam government and Meghalaya government, he's been organizing all these Northeast festivals in Bangkok, Singapore and all these things. It's basically a farce, money laundering kind of thing. But unfortunately, Jubin Garg have gone to Singapore to perform in that festival and he drowned in the sea. So now this is the main accused, and people are demanding justice, that we know this guy has, this family is your family for last 30-40 years since you have been in politics. Now, actually the guy is not responsible. He was not even there when Jubin Garg drowned in the sea. But people have identified this power nexus. And then when the CM has been saying that it will take time, after all it is the judiciary which will give justice. When people are reminding him that until last year, you were the one who was advocating instant justice. So why are you backtracking? These are tactical questions that people are asking, and I think these are very important questions people are asking. People are not saying that hang them. People are saying until last year you were saying instant justice. Now why are you backtracking? So I am very hopeful the situation, especially in last 40-45 days, the kind of mobilization we have seen, and this is spontaneous. There is no organization, there is no political party behind. And believe me, last 40-45 days, Assam has not functioned. The schools, kids go to school, they don't study because the classes are not happening. Offices are mostly like half-day offices for last 45 days. And people are really out on the street. So this whole death of a singer mobilized everyone, brought together, and this death became a symbol of all the kind of oppression that people have been facing for last 10 years or so in Assam, especially in last 10 years or so. So I'm kind of really hopeful, and I actually think that SIR might not happen in Assam right now, and I think that's a good news. And it's not like, the government got afraid just like that. It was people, you must have seen those funeral footage. That day, from airport to the stadium, there were 40 lakh people who walked with the hearse. So 40 lakh people don't just come out like that. And Zubin Garg was a very strong, democratic, progressive, and anti-BJP voice. 40 lakh people just don't come out just like that. And since that day, since the body came from Singapore on 21st September, since that day across Assam, millions of people are coming out on the street every night. Thank you.